Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. Although a bit late, this is Container Garden Update number 8. Normally, this would have uploaded, today is Saturday, October 11th, so this would have uploaded on Wednesday, but at that time we were still under the mandated evacuation due to wildfire, and I am happy to report that we are now home. So the garden's behind me. Let's give a little tour of what survived, what didn't. So just to give an overview, we were away from home for 10 days. And of the nine of the 10 days, there was no rain. So we had actually watered everything on the day of the evacuation, so on day number 1. And it rained on the night of day number 9. So it was 9 days with no water whatsoever. We were expecting absolutely everything to be dead, and we are pleasantly surprised that there were survivors. Check it out. All right, let's do a little tour now that we are back. We have got some tomatoes here, down here, starting to turn red. These are not dead, but there's some parts that didn't survive. The beans, those are back in here. No beans growing on them. They're not dead again, but nothing exciting. This blew down in the wind. Swiss chard, some alive, mostly alive, a couple little scraggly pieces. All right. This is the big area here. So this plant didn't do great, but still got tomatoes. Paste tomatoes in here. Nothing's really turning red. What I see that's orange seems to be dead leaves that blew off trees. I'm feeling like I should pick some of these. Ooh. So it was 10 days. And for the 10 days, they didn't have water for 9. It rained on the 9th night. This might be a hint of turning. It was kind of cool last night. These are getting, those are kind of big, but nothing really, like even up in here, nothing really starting to turn. These are beans. You can see, like the trees are really starting to lose their leaves. They're getting everywhere. All right, we're going to take a couple steps here. I had really given all of this stuff a haircut. Okay, I'm going to be able to harvest that. That was Graybeard who just went by, and I'm definitely going to be able to harvest this. Still some blossoms coming on this zucchini plant, so that's surprising. Definitely going to be able to harvest this. And oh my goodness, I have to climb up here. I gotta get up here. Look! Whoa! That is our only cucumber that we got. Oh my goodness, more are coming there. Do you see this? Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a little baby one up there. Okay. All right, this is kind of exciting that that's not totally dead. It's kind of dead. Like, you know, this stuff and that stuff. But, yeah. Okay, that's exciting. Let's go over here. Oh, okay, we've got a little cluster there. Some are starting to turn. This is looking like there's some things that didn't do great. I mean, 9 days, no water. That's not good. But there's definitely like big. All right, we've got some that are starting to turn here. I mean, 9 days, no water was really hard on these. And to add to that, it was extremely, extremely windy. That's how come they couldn't get the fire under control. But there's some good clumps here. Those are quite a nice size in there. Oh my goodness, okay. All right, that's starting to grow. Or continuing to grow. There's nothing here, but new flowers. That's a male. This one down here, another male. I mean, this is flowering, weirdly. Here too, I got some flowers coming. This is kind of surprising. I really did think everything would be I really did think everything would be dead. Let's go take a look inside the greenhouse. So we had set this up. We were trying to keep things warm. You know, it was starting to get cool at nights. It's actually located here. We could watch it as it blew over and then just laid there. Surprisingly, everything, you see all the dirt there where the pots tipped over and everything. Everything in it survived. Shocking. This is my arugula. I can clean this up a bit, like get those leaves out of there. And I think this is done for. This was the eggplant. I don't think anything's gonna grow there. I don't know, maybe I should try to put it in the greenhouse. Thoughts? The weekend before we were mandated to evacuate, so we were mandated on Monday, and these tomatoes and the peppers were purchased on the Friday before. I actually made salsa on the Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to say Sunday before the evacuation. And I didn't think that any of this would survive by the time that we got back. And we've already gone through all of this and disposed of everything that is no longer any good. I'm actually going to be able to use this in conjunction with some produce from our own garden to make at least one more batch. And I'm incredibly happy and excited about that. I've done a little bit of harvesting. So 2 big zucchinis, a cucumber, our one and only cucumber, our second squash, some green peppers, and some tomatoes. We'll be able to use these, well, those, and the tomatoes are definitely going to go in the salsa because that's more items from our garden. I'm just really happy, very happy that everything's not dead. We are just so thankful to be home. We are thankful that the fire is currently under control, and even though it's still near, and near I mean maybe between 3 to 5 kilometers away from our home, it's currently in held status. And you know, thankfully everybody was able to return to their homes, and there was no structure damage for anyone for the Lake George fires. Just really thankful. So this was a new one for us. I didn't say in the intro, we are new to container gardening. We used to in-ground garden exclusively. We moved a couple years ago, and where we live now the ground is not viable for in-ground gardening. It is lots of granite and shale. So we have transitioned to container gardening, and we just have lots of plants. This year we had a setback in the spring. We had some heat stroke. There's been lots of heat waves in Nova Scotia, and we lost a lot of our seedlings. So we have really been babying everything back to life. We know that this is October. We know that the likelihood of harvest was very slim, but you know, when you've already put the time in, you just really hope that you can stick it out and actually get something viable. And I am just so pleased at how things are right now. I hope you guys have a really great week.